evening, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Business Power Hour with Darren, Dimples, and the Music Man. Me. Hey, Dimps.
Hey, Mr. Music Man. How you doing this evening?
What's going on?
How are you?
Well, good. What's up? Two ladies. This is just a story. These two ladies at a network meeting came over to me, and he said, your show was really good, but we missed Dimples. Good evening, everybody. I just got the finger from Jim.
It's all part of the story.
Right.
Hey everybody, it's Darren from the Business Power Hour. I'm not going to be in the studio tonight. I'm traveling.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man, except Darren's not here.
I'm here.
No,
I'm
you're
right
not
here.
Does anybody see that? Darren is not here. Darren is away.
I am right here, right
Be quiet
next
for
to
a
you.
second. You're not here. What? I don't know if you got lucky.
Not the really interesting question.
That's a fantastic
Good
question.
evening, everybody, and welcome to
See, I got
fantastic.
This
You
is
just got good. I got fantastic.
Show's about him, so let's focus on that.
We are.
Were you drinking before the show?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
There we go. We got it.
It's good.
No, it's
Now we got to
Oh, there you go. Okay.
smother it.
So, I think you guys are doing that thing.
It's making noise.
It's making music.
Is it?
Yeah. That's so sweet. That's so sweet of you, Darren.
By the way, this is a Yankee station.
It's a
Thank
Yankee
you.
station. John,
Thank you.
it's a Yankee station.
All right.
Unfortunately,
We got bugs in here. What's going on?
I don't know.
Do you spray? Get
You
an
know what? It's
exterminator?
that time of year where you're getting bugs and stuff. As long as we don't have bees, I'm good.
Yeah, all right. That's
But
We have a lot of undulations out in the field. Undulations.
Is that a wine?
no,
What the hell is undulation?
Fred, don't use big words. Hey, right? So this.
Help.
I gotta give him a cough button, Jim. What do you think?
Cough button would be a good idea. Consider that a good question that he asked?
Great question.
There you go. I got
Pythons and brains.
You're double D?
I'm double D. Show's about him, so let's focus on that.
We are. Hey, give me some loving.
How are you, Music Man?
Hello, Darren. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm
this week.
absolutely convinced. I'm absolutely convinced that
telling
you
you.
got some kind of brain damage when you had that thing last year.
I'm telling you that, and he called.
Not classy, but classy.
Seeing interviews by Darren and the Music Man. Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Siafi and Norman Wasserman.
Let's do this. Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Business Power Hour on Tuesday, not Wednesday.
Not
It is
Wednesday.
Tuesday, right,
Yeah,
Darren?
we gotta fix that intro for Tuesdays.
Yeah, we
You know
do.
how that goes. But it is what it is.
That's right. So, how was your week? Tax season?
It's you know what? Yeah, I mean, I met the deadlines. I had a few people I had to extend for, which, yeah, you get the phone call the day before. I got a file for 3 people. Yeah, okay, we're extending. It's stuff like that.
I know one of them. I know
Yeah.
one of the people that you extended.
I know you do. And you know what? He had plenty of time to get it all together.
So he said.
And yeah, so
So he
It is.
said.
it is what it is. Now he's got to wait. But yeah, no, I'm busy. I'm busier. I'm just as busy this week as I was last week, believe it or not. Just trying to catch up with little stuff and trying to, keep things going. But how's it going with you? I know this Saturday, right? Big day this Saturday.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're getting all these views and people asking for tickets. We had Germany, Oslo,
Really?
Alberta, Canada, British Columbia,
That's cool.
Australia. Big time in Canada. A lot of people.
So you're like a big time international producer now.
Well, no,
What do you mean? No.
no,
It's worldwide. You can say you produce shows
Well,
worldwide.
yeah, now I can say worldwide, so it's official. I can do that. And if anybody really would like to get on and see it, 631-698-9696, and I'd be happy to send you a free invite and free code so you can click on Saturday night and see the John Fogerty show with music for Creedence Clearwater and the Revival. So,
That'd be fun.
you know what? Also, I miss my dog. My dog,
I
as
know.
you know, we
I
we
miss
put
I
him to
miss mine
sleep,
too. Yeah, I mean,
about 5 months ago.
yeah.
I walk into the house every day, and I'm looking for, you know, not for somebody to jump on me, but my dog. I want
Yeah.
my little Jackie, you know, to
Yeah.
be, you know, say hello.
Well, if you
So-
remember, we were working together about a month, and I had to put our dog down.
Right.
And so that's 2 years now. A little over
Okay.
2 years he's gone, and I miss him every day. And like you, I walk into the house expecting him to be there.
So
It's
quiet.
just-
It's so quiet when
Yeah.
you walk in. You know,
Well, he
I
was
want a little
always-
noise.
Mine wasn't, he wasn't like crazy, but he was just such a calm dog, and you know, he was very happy when we came home. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, he was a great dog. He just was just
So
Yeah,
I
miss
think
him.
I'm gonna go out and we're gonna go adopt, you know,
Yeah.
another dog. I was gonna buy it, but I've
Well-
adopted all my animals. So I'm gonna do this, and maybe the people that are on tonight,
we have. That's what I was just going to say. We got a couple of people here that may be able to help you with that.
if they can't, I don't know who the heck
Yeah,
can.
I know. I mean, look, this is their job, is to rescue animals and get them
That's
into
it.
better situations. Although
what's
you
in-
may not pass the background check there, buddy.
Okay. All right, so you know, what,
All right, so let's
I'll buy it.
why don't you introduce our guest tonight?
All right, from
I'll do my
the
thing.
from Nassau County CPA,
SPCA.
Maria SPCA, Maria Mora and Liz Fox. Good evening, ladies.
Hey, how are
Good
you?
evening.
Okay, we're gonna tell
Good.
everybody that Maria's having a little problem with her connection.
Yeah, Maria's been
So-
having problems. That's why we were a couple of minutes late tonight, is we were working with. We had this issue last time too, but we had storms and stuff.
Well, we had a storm last time.
But we thought it was resolved, and Maria came on, and we could hear her. We couldn't hear her. We could. I just asked her to start her video and unmute, and no response. So I don't know if she sees what's going on. If you know,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
yeah.
Well,
it's
let's
not-
hope that she picks up. But Liz, what do you do for your organization?
I'm with the Nassau County SPCA, and I'm the director of the disaster response team, or the disaster response program.
What does that mean to the average person?
Okay, to explain, especially here, people on the island remember Hurricane, Superstorm Sandy. We actually opened an emergency shelter for Nassau County residents. We did end up with some from Suffolk and some from Queens for their pets, so that they would evacuate their homes. We had a pet shelter close by the people shelter. And we had a total of 517 animals
Wow.
over the course of 4.5 months.
Wow.
No animals were put down. We did have to adopt some animals out. We actually helped a local municipal shelter who didn't want to put animals down, but didn't have space for the strays coming in. When it comes to the way the laws are written, is the municipal shelters have to take in the strays. So we took some of their existing dogs at the time that were ready for adoption, and we brought them to our shelter and we adopted them out from there. Very honest with everybody, why we had them, where they came from, that all the information we had. We did have 15 pets that were given up. Some of those people are still not in their homes. They do keep in touch with me. They were all adopted. We actually had 13 of them were adopted out and 2 went to a sanctuary. They were 2 very big dogs that were never trained. So it was safer to put them in the sanctuary. I think they were spoiled more than the ones that were adopted out.
What does the sanctuary
Yeah,
do?
what is the sanctuary? Well, first of all, they were never trained, so somebody just took them in and didn't house train them, anything like that. Is that what you're saying? No,
Those-
no
yeah,
manners.
well, they were house trained, but they were never behavior trained.
Behavior trained.
They listened to just their owner, because he used to use treats to get them to listen. But other than that, they didn't listen to anybody else. And they were very big and strong dogs. The sanctuary had them for a few years until they were older, till they did pass of natural causes. They took care of them. They played with them. They had time of their life at the sanctuary. Had all the toys they wanted. They
So
had-
what is a sanctuary, like a big, and like I'm thinking a place with big fields that they can run around in and play
This one-
in, and
This one
that
didn't
type
have
of
as
thing.
big fields as some of the others, but they did have runs that were probably about 4 times the size of what you would see a run down here that they
right?
can go out and play in. So the two of them got to play together during the day. They did have separate areas that they slept in.
Okay.
But yeah, they had all the playtime they wanted. Everything they wanted, they had up there.
So Liz, how do you guys get involved in these cases? You know, you see things like, because you know, look, they what was it, Animal Planet, I think a few years ago had NYC SPCA on, right, where they were doing the New York City one.
Yeah, in New York City, they have the ASPCA, which we
Oh,
don't have out
ASPCA,
here.
right,
We don't have the
So-
we don't have the ASPCA out here.
right, but you're similar to what they do, right?
Somewhat.
So
The
how
SP
how do
the
how do I
SPCA the
how do
Nassau
you get
County-
involved?
Okay, before I joined the SPCA, I was in a group called Pet Safe Coalition,
Hmm.
which was all the municipal shelters and animal control, and a few bigger rescues that would come together in disaster to take care of the animals. After
Okay.
I worked with Nassau County SPCA during Sandy, we decided that we wanted to merge and become one force.
All right.
So
So you're
after
are you a
Sandy-
not-for-profit organization?
yes, we are. We are.
You're not a
501c3.
government Are you a government organization? Are you
No,
funded
the
by
only
government?
reason they have Nassau County written on there is to show what our jurisdiction is.
Okay.
Our law
Do you-
enforcement
do you-
end only takes care of Nassau County, and they deal with abuse and neglect cases, which we get a lot of every year.
Liz, do you offer adoption at where you are?
We don't have our own facility as of right now. We are trying to find a facility to work with that will have a recuperation and adoption center. When we do have animals that come in, usually through hoarding cases, some abuse cases, depending where the criminal case goes. Sometimes we have to hang on to an animal until the criminal case is over.
If I contact you tomorrow, could you give me some referrals?
I can give you one big one right now. One lives with Maria. Maria's fostering our dog right now that we have.
Yeah, we see Maria on the screen. I don't know if she could hear us or not. Okay, you can hear. Hi, Maria.
I can't hear you.
But you're on
Maria,
mute.
hit the unmute button.
Yeah, you did, and nothing happened, right? Yeah.
All right.
So that's that. But Maria, I know, probably has a lot of stories, and she actually takes a lot of these dogs in, right? And these
She
animals.
has-
Does she
she
takes anything
has-
else? She take cats in and
Um,
snakes and stuff like that.
No, not at our homes.
No cats.
Not at our homes.
All right.
One of my dogs would not get along with any other animals besides his brother, Nicky.
Okay.
He would try and eat a cat if I brought a cat in the house. He thinks they're chew toys. He doesn't understand they're really live.
Now, do you guys just deal in cats and dogs?
No.
Do you have any alligators?
Yeah, we actually just sent an alligator to a sanctuary,
Really?
another state. Yes,
Where did you get the alligator from?
somebody's house.
Some knucklehead
It's
said,
part
I'm
of
gonna-
it's part of a criminal case, so I don't even have the information on that.
How big
Because
was
I
it?
don't do. This one was actually small. He was still a baby.
Under 10 feet?
Yeah, he was still a baby. He was, I don't know, maybe a foot. He was really little. But we've had the biggest I've seen, had to be about 6 feet.
wow, that's a big
Wow.
alligator.
Yeah.
And somebody
That I've
was
seen, but I
keeping
know,
that?
our law enforcement has gotten bigger than that. We've had snakes, we've had a tegu,
Who? Who?
Tegu.
What?
It's a type of lizard.
A dagu.
Tegu. T.
D.
Yeah, tegu.
It's kind of like dago. So it's like an Italian lizard.
Yeah, I
Good thing
think,
you said that. I didn't want to go there. Wasn't touching that.
I think it's from Australia, actually.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Maria, I can't hear you, but type it in chat.
Yeah, type in the chat, Maria.
Maria
So-
has more information on that, but
Yeah.
you know, we still have cases going on where lately we've been getting a lot of illegal reptiles here.
Okay, so when should somebody call you guys?
Okay, if there's any kind of neglect or abuse, they would need to call 516 the SPCA. That's
Repeat
in
that.
Nassau County,
Repeat that again.
516 THESPCA.
All right, so if I suspect my neighbor is abusing the dog, not feeding the dog properly, any type of neglect, we would call you guys and you guys would investigate.
We send investigators out. From there, it's decided on how to proceed with it. Sometimes it's a matter of a neighbor doesn't realize that the dog is sick. That's
Right.
why it's dropping so much weight.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll also find out if they're getting medical care for that animal.
Right.
Do you work with Suffolk County PCA as well?
We are two different organizations.
Yes, I understand that, but do you work hand in hand with them?
We do meet with them when it comes to different things going on the island, but I don't know on the law enforcement end how much they work together.
They've been doing a lot of advertising. Darren, I don't know if you've noticed it, but Suffolk County, as it's SPCA, something, whatever, they've been doing a lot of advertising.
I haven't noticed,
I
with
haven't
that,
watched
but
much TV either.
well, my question to you is, you're a not-for-profit organization,
Right.
right? But you have
We
a
have-
law,
we
you
have
have a law
one-
enforcement piece to you?
And no, the law enforcement officers that we have are all retired law enforcement of some type.
Okay,
They're retired from the police department. They've gone back to school to become New York State peace officers in humane law.
okay, all
So
right.
they are through the state, and their jurisdiction is Nassau County.
Is that
That's
a
okay.
paying job or voluntary?
That's all voluntary.
So these guys are volunteering and and if you think about it, they're putting their life on the line because some of these people are,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
a little
no,
fanatical when you come and
yeah.
approach them.
They have their vest, they have all their stuff with them
Yeah.
especially if they're going into a situation. A few years ago, we had a case with pit bulls that were being brought up to be sold to gang members for dog fighting. And I had to move the dogs, so I had officers with me, Nassau County SPCA officers with me, and they had the full gear, the vest and all their stuff
Yeah.
to make sure we were safe getting them into the cars to get them out of there.
How do these people getting in these crazy animals and reptiles and dogs and whatever?
It's
How
money.
are they?
It comes down to money. It's black
all money.
market.
It's black
Yeah.
market. It's
Yeah,
black
but
market.
how are they coming into the States?
Not really sure. I'm not sure. Law enforcement might have more of an idea, but I do know a few years ago we had a wallaby in somebody's garage.
A wallaby?
We had a monkey in somebody's house.
Wasn't there not too long ago a lion or a tiger in Dix Hills or something like that?
I heard something about that, but that's
Yeah.
Suffolk County, so I'm not really sure exactly the whole thing on that.
I don't understand people because I think they think, well, oh, it's cute and it's a baby, so I'll raise it and it won't bite my head off when it grows
Right.
up. People
People don't understand that they're still wild animals.
Yeah, they're still wild animals. They're still going to eat you
They're
if they
still
get
gonna eat you
hungry.
sooner or later. That's the big problem, even with cats and dogs. People want them as kittens or puppies, and then when they get bigger, they don't want them anymore.
Right.
They don't understand that it doesn't work that way. They're
No.
gonna grow up just like kids do. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, that's the thing. You get attached to them, like we were talking about in the beginning. if you treat animals humanely and you treat them right, they become part of the family.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're just as important to you as the family is, but unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there that don't think like that. So what's the most common animal that you get calls for?
Dogs, I guess.
Dogs, usually hoarding cases, dogs, that's for the law enforcement end.
Mhm.
When I do the disaster team, we actually bring our trailers filled with equipment in. We could set up an emergency shelter in any building. We have all our equipment ready to go. The Office of Emergency Management for Nassau County will help us tow our trailers if we need help to whatever location. We now, with COVID, things are changing a little bit, but as of right now, we have what they call a co-located shelter during disaster,
Okay.
which means that we are in the same building or very close proximity where they could walk to it. We have it set up, normally we would be in the same building as the people that are being sheltered.
So you can shelter in the same building as the owners of the pets.
Right. We
They
just
can
can't
still
be
see
in the
their
same
pet.
exact spot.
Right. Because you
through
got to
the
put them in
Department of Health.
cages. Yeah.
Liz, talk to me about North Shore. I
What
know
about
that
North Shore?
they're still closed, right? Now, North Shore Animal?
I'm actually not sure about North Shore, what they're doing. Most animal shelters, or rescues are by appointment only, and they're following social distancing. They're following, all the COVID stuff.
So
that
what
they
did
have
they
to follow.
do? What did they do with all the animals that they
Oh.
had in that building?
Okay, no matter what animal business there is, they have to have people go in and take care of those animals. So even if the business is closed, if it's a pet store that's closed, they had to have somebody go in there and take care of those animals every day. So they
So
had
they
to
were
have,
con-
have a
they were
paid
con-
staff to go in and take care of them, a very limited staff, but to make sure all animals were cared for. And if they did not, then law enforcement would get involved. Our law enforcement would get involved.
So basically, they were considered essential workers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna, they're not gonna let a live being suffer because the store's closed or
Yeah.
something like that. So
I mean,
North
look.
Shore, just like Vitally and Last Hope and all of
Yeah.
those, they had to have somebody to take care of the animals, but it made it very hard for them because it was limited staff. Very
Darren,
limited staff.
the place that I got my dog is right near you.
Really?
It's Almost Home was the
Almost
name.
Home. I've heard of them.
Yeah,
I've heard of
I
them.
went in to get something from my cat. This was about 10 years ago. And I came out with the puppy.
Okay,
All they had to do was put this puppy in my arms, and that was
that's the
it.
end of it.
That's it.
That was it. It just, you're coming home with me, that.
That's it.
Actually, the two
Funny part about it was that the dog's name, they named him Jake,
Okay.
but my grandson's name is Jake. So we had to do a fast change. So Jake became Jack,
Okay.
which was pretty easy. So that was,
he was fine with, because he didn't care as long as he was getting fed.
that's
Right?
it. And they're
That's it.
so smart. They're just so smart. There is such sensitivity. And I'm more of a dog person than I am a cat person. My wife loves all animals, as I do, but I just love dogs. Just love
Because-
dogs.
And
Because
most people
cats have that-
one
Yeah.
favorite over another.
Yeah, I mean, look, some people love cats over dogs, and and I'm a dog person myself, because dogs like to snuggle. Dogs like
Yes.
to, cats at times will look at you like, just get away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, you see, if you have
There's
a
no-
cat, you're the
There's no
slave.
warmth there.
Yeah.
Yet we did have a cat that we also had to put to sleep many years ago. The cat's name was Sebastian. It was a real chubby cat, but you would pick this cat up and he would put his arms around your neck. I mean, he was a very lovable cat, that was great.
I've run into a few cats like that over with disaster shelters and stuff like that. And helping out law enforcement with hoarding cases. We've had a few cats over the time that were like that. Not many, but a few.
If people want to make a donation to your organization, what phone number do they call?
The phone number, that one I gotta look up because that's not the same phone number.
Don't search for it, Liz. I'll get it. While
Okay.
you guys keep
All
talking.
right.
Yeah, Darren's
Yeah,
good like
that's,
that.
But when we're not in disaster time, my team will go out. Normally, we're trying to figure out how we could do it now, is to teach people how to be prepared to evacuate with your animal so they're not left behind. If you leave an animal behind, you're not only putting the animal at risk, but you're putting our first responders at risk. And that's neglect by leaving them behind like that. So we teach people how to make what we call go kits or evacuation kits they've heard about for people. We try and teach them how to make a basic one for their pets. And also like what information you would need.
How long have you been with the organization?
I have to be doing this now about 10 years maybe.
For the organization you're with now?
Well, that's Pet Safe. We just merged into the SPCA in 2014, I believe. I actually started with Pet Safe Coalition when a storm was coming in, and a friend of mine was real sick, and her friend was running an animal shelter, and they said give me a call and asked me to help out, and that's how I found out all about this pet sheltering. I do have a degree in emergency readiness and response management. With that, I actually wrote the plans for Nassau County on how to run a disaster pet
Really?
shelter.
Nice.
So let me ask you this, Liz.
Yes.
If for those listeners and those people that do have pets,
Yes.
how should they prepare for evacuation to make sure their pet's okay? Because a lot of times people they pack a go bag,
Right.
and it's just got basic stuff for the family.
Right. You're gonna
All right.
you're actually gonna make a go bag for your pet.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely easier with a smaller pet, but it
Right.
is possible with the bigger pets.
You can actually put the smaller pet in the go bag as you're going.
A lot of times, yes.
Yeah. You know.
But you're gonna start out with a duffel bag or even a backpack, depending how big the animal is. Depends how much stuff you're gonna need. Like for my
Right.
6-pound dog,
Darren has horses on his property.
Yeah, I got horses.
horses. I actually just finished. By the end of last year, I finished my technical large animal rescue training.
These are pretty big horses that he's got there too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I got. You know
He's a
what?
pretty
I'm gonna
big
show
guy,
you.
you know.
I'm gonna show you a picture.
But if
So
they
they
take,
find
if they take a bag and they keep a copy of all updated medical records for their animals, a 1 week supply of food, blankets, always bring at least 2 blankets so one could be washed while the animal has another. Some bottled water, because you never know if you're gonna have fresh water on hand. Bowls for food and water for the animal. They don't have to be big bowls, but you have to have enough to put their meal in.
Basically, you should set it up where if you need to evacuate, you could set up somewhere, and if you dog or you're a cat or whatever, they'll have their food, they'll have their bowls, they'll have
Right.
somewhere to sleep.
We also ask you, especially with the smaller ones, to have a carrier
Right.
to put it in. Now, if you have a real small animal, you could take your carrier, put your backpack or duffel bag inside the carrier. So then when you have to go, you take the bag out, you put the animal in.
Well, Darren has a horse trailer. One of those big, like
Well,
40,
I'm gonna
50
talk to
foot
him later about
horse trailers.
I
Because
don't
I'm
believe
working
him.
a lot with horses these days.
Don't believe him.
I was actually down in Pennsylvania on a farm this week. I
Listen,
just got back last night.
he has created this thing
Image.
that I have horses and I have,
Image.
yeah, I have all of these things running around in my backyard, which I really don't.
People don't
But-
realize that we actually have about 1,000 horses here in Nassau County at any one time.
He is so modest, Darren. He really is. He's one of the most modest people that you're ever going to
Right.
meet.
So
That's
I'm
great.
gonna show you. We have a friend in common that works with us, and this is what I get the other day in my text message. All right. Do you see that? Okay.
That's
Okay.
Pinto. The horse's name is Pinto.
There you go.
There you go. That's really good.
Because Norm started this. I got horses, I got a racetrack, I got,
Two race cars. Got a Ferrari
Yeah, I got a Ferrari. I
and
got
a Ford souped up GT.
Yeah, there you go.
But listen, in that go kit that I talked about,
Mhm.
people are gonna tell me, no, I never put a muzzle on my animal.
Right.
I ask people to still have a muzzle in their go bag. You do not know how an animal is going to react during a disaster. When you're stressed out, they're feeling it, they're being
Right.
moved,
Mhm.
they're stressed out, seeing all different people. It's safer to put a muzzle in there and never use it than to need it and not have it.
Darren, you should put that picture in our monologue, when we first get on.
Well, I just got it the other day, and when I sent it to me, I just started laughing because I'm like, you guys are over the top.
He never
Because-
told me that. He never sent it to me. That
No,
was
he
really
sent
good.
it to me the other day, and I'm like, you know what? You're out of your mind. But he started that. He was here one day. I have an acre and a third, and
Okay,
the property is actually zoned to have horses.
okay,
It's not that big, but it is
Yeah.
zoned to have horses. So he started the whole horse thing. So Chris was here one day, and then the next day, Chris and I are in a networking group. He's telling everybody in the networking group, I have 8 horses. Right? So, it's,
oh, you went from none to 8 overnight,
yeah.
okay.
We've done that, and we also renamed Darren to Double D. So
Okay.
that's his name too. Can you see those puppies on his cheeks? The
Yep.
little dimples? Oh, that's him. That's Darren Dimples. Double D.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
So,
So, yeah. So,
Yeah,
we
I
have
mean-
fun. We have fun on this show, but,
yeah, that's great.
yeah,
I'm
getting,
also gonna ask people to put a first aid kit in their go bag.
yeah.
Now, people don't realize we don't use regular first aid tape on animals. If
So
you know
what-
that sport tape, or
Right.
vet wrap, you don't have to go out and buy vet wrap. You could use regular sport tape. Put that in your bag. I've had people, it sounds funny, but people have asked me why not about the tape, and I tell them, put it on their head, on their hair, rub it in real good and pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They understand after that why we don't put it on the animals.
Exactly.
During Sandy, we had birds, fish, ferrets, rabbits.
So how do you deal with that? Somebody walks in with a fish tank.
Thank
Right.
God it was just a little fish. It was a beta. It was a 7-year-old boy who brought his beta fish in.
Really?
I have never had luck with beta fish.
Mhm.
The happiest day was when I gave that kid his fish and it was still alive. I
What's
don't
the
know what it
craziest-
is, but
What is
that
the
had to be best
craziest
day.
craziest situation you ever found yourself in? With animal situation? What was it?
Probably Sandy. I mean, I did, not through the SPCA, but I was asked to go upstate last year to run a shelter, an emergency shelter for a hoarder case of aggressive dogs. That had to be the craziest. We dealt with rats, mice, uncleanly situation. We were able to get all the
I think we lost her.
Yeah, we're losing her too. Liz, we can't hear you. Can you hear us? Wow. I don't know what it is with these guys. We had the same problems last time.
Oh, she's laughing. She thinks she's funny.
Yeah. We can't.
And she probably
hear-
thinks I'm making faces at her.
Yeah, I mean, can the audience hear her? Is anybody in the audience right now? Can you?
Somebody write in and tell us whether you can hear her or not.
You can hear Liz or not?
She's
No.
okay. Now she's back. Is she back? Are you
No.
back now?
Talk. Can you hear us?
All right, is that better?
There you go. I don't know what happened,
All of a
Liz, but we
sudden, my
lost you.
microphone went out.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew that.
You know what? We got to get your organization some donations so you guys get some better equipment.
I don't know what happened.
Well, Maria disappeared altogether.
Yeah, we lost Maria completely. I think she was just frustrated from just sitting
Yes,
there,
I'm sure she was.
you know?
Is that better, guys?
Yeah, that's good.
much better.
That's
We're
fine.
good. We're good,
Okay,
Liz.
I can't hear you, but.
You can't hear us? All right. Hey, guys out there I mean, I see Eileen. Hi, Eileen. Can you hear us? Eileen?
Podcast land, can you hear us?
I got you. Yes,
Yeah.
I got you now.
You got us now.
No
Okay.
idea what happened.
I haven't, it's the strangest stuff with you guys. And it's just you guys. I hate to say it, Liz, but it's
You're
just.
2 for
I don't
2.
know. You know,
You've
this is
been on
why we
twice.
work with animals, so we don't have to mess with the computer so much.
I gotcha. I don't blame you.
Another-
I would rather do that than mess with the computers.
So I did that shelter. I was up there about 5 weeks. We were able to find homes and sanctuaries for all the dogs. The bite that I had was a pretty severe bite. I have a reminder on my arm. I call it the Baxter tattoo.
Was it a dog bite?
It was a dog bite that took a piece of the arm out.
Whoa.
I call it my Baxter tattoo, and Baxter is actually doing fantastic at the sanctuary now. He has one best friend, this gentleman named Isaiah,
Mhm.
and Isaiah's wife now, Baxter's starting to really take a liking to.
Okay.
He's doing fantastic.
Great.
I think I was more in tears that he may have had to be put down.
Yeah.
He was from a bad situation.
Well, look, you see these situations all the time and how these people treat these animals, and you can't blame the animal for acting the way they are because they're always in fear.
Well,
What
that's
kind of
it.
what kind of
Also,
dog was it?
He is a Shar-Pei mix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was a Shar-Pei mix. But he's doing fantastic. He has his own little cabin and a fenced-in yard, and
Oh, how nice.
he has
Yeah,
people
Eileen-
that take
Eileen
him out
said
every
she could
day
hear
for
us.
walks.
Eileen said that, yeah, she could definitely hear us. She couldn't
Okay,
hear,
good.
Okay.
but, yeah, she could. We're all good.
But yeah,
Thanks,
and then last year, the end of last year, I took training in dangerous reptile handling, so that I'd be
Okay.
able to help the law enforcement end if they brought the animals in to help take care of them. So,
All right. That's excellent. All right. So if anybody wants, again, we're going to, if they want to donate, how about volunteering?
Same thing. They can go to our website, Nassau County SPCA, and there is a section on top that says "Get Involved," and they can actually fill out an application right there. It'll come right in, and we'll set up a date for orientation and go over everything with them
Now, you always looking for volunteers or?
for different things. We don't only work with animals. Sometimes it's administrative help. We have people that don't like to work directly with the animals, but they want to
Right.
help animal organizations. We'll ask them to help out with the administrative. Disaster team, right now, everything because of COVID is on hold. But we usually will go out and do events at different events, different town, community fairs and stuff like that, to try and get the word out on how to make a go kit. Make sure you have a plan in place for your animals, so hopefully you don't have to go to a shelter. During COVID, we've actually been helping out with COVID for the patients that have nobody to care for their animals. We've been doing shelter in place where the person is in the hospital. We've been going into their home and caring for their animal each day. So we have to get dressed up in those funny suits and everything else.
Yeah.
And we take care of the animals.
Oh, so because you got to make sure that you don't either spread it or get it.
Right.
Right.
Well, through this whole thing, nobody knows for sure how long it'll stay active on material or even the countertop. So we go.
Well, do we
in.
know for sure now if animals do transmit it?
There's been no proof that the animal could transmit it to people. I don't think there's proof either way, but we know the cats can get it.
Mhm.
There has not been any verified proof that a dog can get it.
Right. Wasn't it tigers at the Bronx Zoo got it or something?
They're part of the cat family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you don't know how long can it stay active on an animal's fur. You don't know. So if people are walking their dogs and everyone wants to come and pet it, the best thing right now is to ask people not to, because you don't know.
It goes back to just people taking precautions,
Right.
right? Just taking those, everybody's like, oh, I'm not going to go wear a mask. I'm going to go out and party. And when I'm drinking, I don't want to wear a mask. And you know what?
That's
I had,
it, we
one of
already had a 30-year-old die because he went to one of those COVID parties.
right. So,
He won the money, but he's dead. So what good is
yeah.
it?
Look, I just had one of my clients last week, one of my clients' kids. He went to a party out in the Hamptons, came home. He wasn't feeling, it wasn't that he wasn't feeling right. All of a sudden, he just couldn't smell.
Yeah,
And he went and got tested, and now he's got COVID.
that's it.
And so far, so good.
my
He's doing
nephew-
okay. But
My nephew got it at work. He's out in the middle in the Midwest. He's now over the COVID, but he still has no taste buds.
yeah, they're saying that
And
it affects,
he's only 18 years old.
yeah, it affects everybody differently.
Yeah.
So, look, just common sense, just wear the mask. Just wear the
Right.
mask.
And they're not asking you to wear the mask all day long. They're asking you
No.
when you're in
When you're
public
outside, when you're
place,
amongst people, put the mask on.
when you're amongst people. If you're walking on the sidewalk and there's nobody around, you can take the mask off for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
If you're
right.
driving
They're
in
not
your
asking you to wear it
car,
all the time. They're
Right.
asking you to wear it. It protects you. It protects everyone around you. You don't know if you're a carrier right away. It could
Right.
take up to 14 days to show any signs.
yep.
So, and then you're contagious for at least 3 days before you really get sick.
Well, and the thing is, yeah, before you really get sick, and then 3 days, you're passing it on to so many different people.
Right.
And that's
See-
part of the issues that we
Well,
have.
that's it. Is some of these people could be killing their grandparents or their parents and not even realize it.
The
Yeah,
young man that you mentioned was in the Hamptons that came down with the COVID. How many other people got sick from that party?
None of his friends.
None
None
of
of
his
his
friends. I know
friends.
there was a big
He was
party
the
out
only one.
there.
I said,
There
because I
was-
said to his father, I said, you know what? He could have stopped in 7-Eleven on the way home or something and ran
Yeah.
into somebody then. But he went, they did not wear masks the whole time.
Right.
And I talked to him. Him and I had a conversation. Because
That's
I,
part of the reason why the whole south part of the United States
Mhm.
is so
They're
badly
much
affected
smarter.
right now.
They're
I've
just
had
smarter
friends
than the
go.
doctors. They're very smart. They got all the answers.
Well,
millennials know
that's,
everything.
I had to transport dog down to North Carolina near the beginning of the COVID case, pandemic. You would have thought I had the plague, the way people looked at me because I had a mask and gloves on.
Yeah.
They were still having their parties and everything. Nobody had masks on except the person behind the counter
Mhm.
in North Carolina. And I had New York plates on my car and I wore a mask and gloves. People like scattered away from me. So I was happy. They
Yeah.
stayed away from me. But
Yeah.
you knew it was coming down the line. So now I think Florida might be catching up and passing New York City soon, I think.
Oh, it's passed. It's already
It
passed.
did pass already. Like I
It's
said, I don't
passed.
watch TV that much anymore because
Yeah.
I'm
It's,
tired of seeing all of that.
well,
uh,
Miami now has got 8 p.m. curfews. Miami
Good.
Beach. You
They
know,
closed South Beach.
They're all going to the beach before 8 p.m. now.
yeah. So about 10 minutes, they're going to shut down South Beach.
Good.
Oh, it is shut. They did close the bars in South Beach, from what I understand.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Okay.
just, well, because these people are insane.
They
They're
are.
insane. They think, okay, I'm invincible. I'm not going to get sick. It's
Well, you
not.
also, if you're downwind of somebody, I mean, you can
Mhm.
travel, they're saying, what, 27 feet now? If
I don't know.
somebody, You know,
That's the
so
thing. You
now
don't
you're
know. You don't know
downwind.
if it travels
Nobody
27
knows.
feet or,
Yeah.
3,000 feet. We don't know how far.
We don't know for sure. So you go to the beach, you say you follow social distancing, well, you're only 6 feet away,
Yeah.
you know. I'd rather
That's-
just stay away from the beach.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And
You
you know, I go to the stores I gotta go to. I'll go to, fast food. I sit away from everybody, even though they have the distance between tables. I'll still sit by myself somewhere away from
Right.
everybody, just because I'm out and about with the animals and everything.
Well,
You
we've
never
done,
know if I have to stop somewhere.
right. We've gone to eat at outdoor restaurants,
Yeah,
and we made sure we were away from people before I took
Yeah.
my mask off.
it's just
And,
using
we
your
had-
head.
Yeah, it's just my, well, you know what? Sunday morning, we went to the bagel store. I walked in the bagel store and it says, Matt, we're only going to serve people with masks. There's a guy in there without a mask. Right. And, weeks ago, it wouldn't have bothered me.
Right.
But I'm like, okay. And he went over and he made coffee. And Michelle said to me, you're going to make yourself a cup. I thought you were going to get a cup of coffee. And I'm like, nope.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I don't know.
I had a
this
problem
guy-
at Lowe's. I had
Yeah.
a problem at Lowe's because the guy walked in the store. He had no mask on. He walked throughout the store. Not one employee said anything.
Yeah.
And when I complained to the manager, he gave me a hard time. So
We go
Yeah, you know
food
what?
shopping. If my wife sees somebody without a mask, she will say something
oh, I do
to that
too.
person. And then that person will open a mouth and then I got to get involved. And it's only happened once, but that's why there's arguments and stuff going on in
Well,
department
if you think
stores.
about it, the people that are saying that they can't wear the masks are the same people that are going to wear the scarves in the winter,
This is true.
right?
Yeah.
So don't tell me you medically can't wear a mask when you wear a scarf in the winter over
Look,
your face.
it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's just
The other
people
problem-
people
the
are
other problem
making
is they'll
excuses.
say that they have a right not to wear it, but they don't have a right to get you sick.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly. And every establishment has a right not to serve somebody who doesn't wear one.
Right. Right.
So, that's
Except when it gets to your family and somebody gets sick, then you'll think maybe I should wear a mask.
yeah.
I have a friend of mine who actually has quarantined her husband because he came down with it. He's actually in the basement away from everybody else in the house. Even at the bottom of the stairs, and she's at the top of the stairs. She'll put the food inside on the step. He'll come up after the door's closed. They still wear masks and everything, even though they're
Inside
a
the
flight
house.
away from each other.
Well, that's
Trying to
smart.
make sure no one else gets sick.
They have to fumigate their house.
Well, they already did the first and second floor, but the basement, they'll wait till he's
Till he's done.
non-contagious to have it done.
He's doing okay?
He's doing really good. He's doing
Okay,
really
that's
good.
good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you hear some people, it just knocks them right down. The other people, like this kid I talked to, and he's like, I just can't smell.
Yeah.
I just lost my smell. Everything else feels fine.
Well, that's funny
Yeah.
is that when you lose your sense of smell, everything tastes different too.
Yep, that's what he said.
Yeah. I
So
had sinus surgery not that long ago and I learned that quickly.
Yeah. So, but believe it or not, Liz, we told you time will fly.
Yeah.
Let's go. And we're coming to the
Next time, we got to make sure that Maria is on here and maybe we do it from your office instead of going back home to wherever you guys live. And we can get
Right.
this, because obviously she's the president.
She's
Well,
the
maybe-
executive director.
She's the director. It would be a
Right.
good
Maybe
idea that
executive
we,
director. She is actually paid not enough to live here in Nassau.
Mhm.
There's another company that actually pays her salary. So the Nassau County SPCA in actuality doesn't pay anybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
how many people do you have on your database?
The database, I know we're probably about 150, but she would know that more. She'd have the exact numbers.
You only have 150 people on your database?
Well,
No,
that's our
no.
volunteers that are
That's
trained.
the
Well,
volunteers.
depending what they're trained for.
Well, I'm
But
talking about even people that have made donations. How many people?
Oh,
you put
that
them on your
I don't
database?
know.
Hey,
I
Liz,
don't know
he's-
that
he-
answer. Maria would have all that info.
Yeah, he's got a concert this weekend. He's looking for an email list to use.
No, I was trying to figure out actually a way to help you. and
Yeah,
to
no,
know that.
Maria would have all that info. I don't get involved with that end. I just take care of the disaster and helping out law enforcement with caring for animals when needed.
Well, you do a great job and we applaud
Yes,
you.
we do.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
we
much
applaud you for that.
for being on here.
Thank
We
you. I gotta
applaud the
let you
hard
know
work.
that Mikey, the one that always talks, the dog that always talks,
Yeah,
is hiding underneath the recliner right now. That's the only reason he's quiet.
I got you.
I thought I saw a dog on your lap a few minutes back.
Yeah, earlier, Nikki came over. He is a retired service dog. Both my dogs are rescues.
Wow.
Okay.
And Nikki is now about 14 and a half. He was a rescue that became my service dog. I was a World Trade Center responder. I was
Oh,
there
okay.
for a year, and Nikki helped me get through a lot of stuff when it really hit. So
Gotcha.
now
Darren,
he's learning to be a puppy. He's going blind. Well, he's almost blind now,
Yeah.
and I think he's starting to have a little Alzheimer's.
Darren,
It's interesting, but he still kicks around.
Isn't Canine Companion a client of yours, Darren?
No, they're not a client of mine.
No, not a
No.
client. No.
No, Darren is connected with them.
Yeah, one of
Okay.
my clients is the president of the company of one of my clients is actually the president of the board of Canine Companions and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, Nikki
I'm
was
waiting for
rescue,
Darren to
and
get
the
me a puppy
doctors.
from there.
Yeah, no, the doctors.
You're not getting one of those puppies.
You know,
Yeah.
one,
Those are
one that
so-
didn't make it, to live through the testing, but I'd be happy to help out and adopt one of those dogs.
There
I
you
don't
go.
have the $50,000 that they normally cost.
Right.
They're
Exactly.
pricey.
Yeah, no, my Nikki, he looks like a border collie. We found out he's actually very little collie, and he the personality and everything. I think he may have been a failed show dog at one point.
Very good.
But he passed all his tests right away, and he was there, and he helped me through some real rough times.
Good stuff. All right,
And,
give off your
now
phone
it's my
number.
turn to take care of him.
Give
Right.
off your phone number one last time for people to get in touch with you.
Okay, if it's for neglect and abuse, it's 516-THE-SPCA. And that's for the Nassau County SPCA. For those who haven't heard before, the ASPCA is not active on Long Island. So when you send money to them and everything else, we don't get it. Suffolk County doesn't get the money. You're helping everywhere else around almost everywhere else around the country, and
Right. Except for
international.
Suffolk and
So
Nassau.
let's try and take care of our own here on the island.
Yes, let's do that.
We
right.
are 100% nonprofit organization, volunteer organization.
Well, you did a
All right.
great job, and we thank you for being on
Yes.
tonight.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Give our best to Maria.
Definitely. I'll give her a call when we're done and say, we got to try
We have
something else.
we'll have to do this again. Hopefully we'll be back in the studio the next time you guys come in. You guys can come into the studio.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the problem we're running into with, is she's got to get home to take care of, especially Casey, the one dog that we have up for
Right.
adoption. She still wears a diaper inside the house, but she actually is now walking, running, will not use her wheelchair anymore. And she was finally healthy enough to get spayed just
Okay, good.
last
Good
week.
stuff.
Good.
So,
Excellent.
yeah.
All right, Liz, you have a great night and
too.
Have a great weekend, and thank you.
guys for having us.
yes, thanks.
Thank
for
you.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care. Bye.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, interesting stuff. I would have loved to have heard more from Maria about the whole inner workings.
It
And the
wasn't like you
finance.
didn't try.
I'm baffled. I'm baffled with that whole connection thing and why it didn't work. And it's not the first time. So we'll figure it out. Somewhere down the road, we'll figure it
You
out.
got anything coming up this weekend for yourself?
Nope. I got some tax returns I want to finish because I don't want to go into September and October with still open stuff. So I'm trying to wrap. So, by August 1st, I can enjoy the rest of the summer, I mean, this COVID thing really screwed up my
You
summer.
worked hard enough.
Well, usually the summer I have a lot of time, but not this time. So
Great circumstances.
yeah, exactly. So we appreciate everybody coming on. Are we on tomorrow night?
Not sure. Don't think so.
Okay, so we'll see everybody next week. And I think Canine Companion is supposed to be on next week. So,
I can let you know.
well, I think so. I think I saw it on a list.
All right, they are.
All right, so we'll have to make sure that we get them on. So next week, another dog act.
We ran a horse and pony show. That's what we do.
On a horse and pony show. So, everybody have a good night. Be safe, and we will see you guys next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.